All right. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Well, it's been a very busy couple of weeks with the road to the Esports World Cup. And I think it's time to show you my favorite build from the last few weeks. This one came from DreamHack Dallas. It is an absolutely ridiculously amazing build order that hits so many points that it's just right when it comes to, I want to give myself the best possible chance to beat the world champion. I'm Shin, down here in the bottom left. We're watching from his first person point of view. It's game one of a best of 5 quarterfinal. He's playing against Clem. And dude, let's be honest, Shin beat Clem a bunch of times in small, not very important online tournaments in December, and I think once in January. Since then, it has been Clem dominating their head-to-head like he does against just about every other Zerg. But what's so cool about this game is Shin recognizes he can't play a standard game against Clem. He knows he needs to come into a series probably with some very cheesy ideas, but you can't win 5 games, a best of 5, 3 wins in a row, just cheesing. So you need to find a way to avoid the head-on clash. And he starts here. This is a 15 hatch, 15 pool. If you guys aren't up to date on the info with that, go just give a search on my channel. Just search 15, 15. Just type the 2 numbers, 15 and then 15 again. You can also search Cyril or Eric with a K, and you will find all the info. This is such a good opening for this matchup specifically because it gets your 2 queens out a lot earlier. You go for a hatchery and hatchery on 15, then you build an overlord, then you build a 15 spawning pool. And this basically means your spawning pool and your hatchery line up, but they're way quicker than the normal 16 hatchery after Overlord into 17 pool after gas as well. About 12 seconds faster. He's going to get way more queens out earlier, can skip Zerglings, doesn't need to build them against the Reaper. And this is also just going to allow him to pump out a 3rd and 4th queen really fast. These builds are cool because whilst they give up an early 3rd base, I would argue taking a quick 3rd against a guy like Clem can be just as much of a problem as it can be a boost, right? Because his Hellions are going to dart around. They're going to look for an opening to dive in. His Reaper's going to be super annoying. He's going to block you taking that 3rd, often with like an engineering bay. SCV here, you can see it's ready to block you if you move out to take the 3rd. It's just a pain in the butt. And I think what you want to do if you're playing the world champion, at least this would be my approach anyway, is basically have the mindset of this is the fastest, most ridiculously overpowered micro player of all time in StarCraft. I don't want to play a straight up match against you. I don't want to dance with you. I don't want to be in a micro war. I don't want to be in a straight up macro war. I want to limit the interaction as much as possible, which in 2025 StarCraft is incredibly difficult to do. But 4 queens, staying on 2 base for a bit longer, very valid opening. And this opening has so many perks to it. A lot of people will be like, don't you need a 3rd base? With a standard playstyle against Terran, yes. You're massing Zerglings, you're massing Banelings. Terran's doing those drops where he drops his Marines on the sides and then he just unloads and comes in, picks off 4 Banelings, 10 Zerglings, and does it over and over again for 20 minutes while the Zerg's tearing their hair out because Zerg has such crap anti-air. By the way, yes, guys, if you're wondering, I also heard that. That is the D.Va voice pack. Many have said it's the most cringe voice lines of any real-time strategy game ever made. Others have said, why would you actually play high-level tournaments and million-dollar matches and that sort of thing when you've got the most annoying voice in your ear? I think, though, due to a few studies, actually, that someone had shared with me, apparently it raises your testosterone levels if you hear a high-pitched anime character girl screaming in your ears shrilly while you are trying to play the game. I'm not sure if it was the most reputable source, but Estrella and Shin are the 2 players who I know basically always play with that, and they are pretty damn good StarCraft players. Now check this out, guys. 3rd hatchery starts, but we're not looking to drone it for at least over a minute, right? So we've got a double-layered queen wall in case the Reaper grenade bounces us. He actually doesn't need a double-layered queen wall because remember, the Reaper just ran in and died, but I think he's just doing this out of habit. You can tell he's prepared to make sure there's no way in. He goes Roach Roaring, super fast there, straight up to 4 gas, and look at this, guys. He already is morphing an Overseer on the other side of the map. He had that Overlord control group. He didn't even look at it. But you can see it in the production tab in the top left. And he drops this incredibly early Evo chamber because he wants to rush for the most important pieces of tech. First thing's the Overseer. And guys, he uses it so well. We're gonna talk about how good this single Overseer. But to start with, gets a scout, sees it's a 2 barracks opening after 3rd command center. Doesn't need to see the 3rd command center. He just knows from the timing. And he can kind of go, oh, okay, cool. Like this is pretty damn convenient. I know what I'm up against. About 5.5 to 6 minutes is when the double drop will come in. I'll get that super early carapace. We've already got 4 gases mining on 2 bases, which allows us to get a lot of tech much earlier. And this is the best way to play this sort of opening. If you want to limit the interaction, but you have to pay the price of delaying droning your third. If you get your 4 gases up, you can still get a lot of efficient mining on those first 2 bases. And whilst your mineral count's lower, you can make up for it by spending your gas on really efficient things against Terran. And most Zergs are like, well, you just need more Lings, more Banes. Hold on. 4 Hellions coming in. Oh, gosh. Oh, golly. Okay, 4 Hellions are going to dive. We didn't get the Evo Chamber down in time. Big mistake for Shin there. He's going to lose 1. Okay, 3 drones. But hey, he gets all 4 Hellions. 4 Hellions for 3 drones. That is a massively positive trade. And you're going to notice with this style, where you're not really over-droning bases, you've always got an abundance of units and high-tech units, as well as vision and scouting. Notice Shin's just not leaving any holes. And because of this, he's okay to play on a lower worker count than normal. After shutting down aggression like that, he drones up the third, takes both gases. Infestation Pit is down so incredibly early. He's got a handful of roaches with roach speed out front. He feels like, hey, 13 roaches, that's enough, right? Yeah, that's plenty to defend a double drop. And the Overseer's going in. And why is it going in now? Number 1, he wants to double check what the follow-up is. Number 2, he should have enough energy for Contaminate. Look at that. He just contaminated the factory. There we go. Yeah, contaminates the factory. And before 6 minutes, he started Hive and 2 Infestors and Ling speed. And this is my favorite thing about this. I've been talking a lot about how I really hate Banelings. I think they're garbage against Terran at the moment. Obviously, I'm a bit hyperbolic there. Bit of hyperbole for me. Is it hyperbolic? I don't know. I always say hyperbole as a joke, and now I'm confusing myself about how to actually say the word. Pretty sure it is just hyperbolic. Anyways, bit too much hyperbole. Sometimes people... It's hyperbole. God damn it, Pig. I've trolled myself. I've tried to troll people so many times, mispronouncing that. I actually have started saying saying it wrong. Hyperbole. Anyways, Infestors instead of Banelings can get unlimited value, right? You don't have to suicide them, and most importantly, they can hold the enemy units in position, 75% slow for 3 seconds, and they can't begin to medevacs while they're fungaled. So this is amazing in general. I just think it's a solid build, but if he doesn't know you've gone Infestors, you can hide these, and his first Marine pressure, you can try to trap them with fungal. Oh, you don't want to be out there, though? Oh my gosh, we just saw a medevac. Like, we know there's an army there. We got to hide this. Ultra Cavern already going down at 7:15, and here we go. This is what I was talking about. He did not know about the fungal, and we're going to go for the double fungal, chains it. Now, it doesn't actually kill all the Marines. A bunch of them survive, but look at the units lost tab, guys. We've killed 21 Marines. We've only lost 7 Roaches and 5 Zerglings. I'm a big believer, if you guys are going to do this build, I actually think the best version goes 4 Infestors almost immediately, because if you have 3 Fungals, you actually kill another 10 Marines there. Nonetheless, amazing position. And even though his economy's been slower than normal Shin, he's on equal workers with Terran, 69, he's still in a pretty good spot here. And now he's like running forward, he's kind of acting a bit scary. He sees a drop moving down the left side on the minimap, so he's moving units to respond to that. And when that Ultra Cavern comes up, he's got to go to Chitinous Plating. Now, what's so good about this, guys, is Bane Speed and Banelings cost so much money. But even though they are quite good, they delay your Hive Tech. Ultra's best unit in the game up to a certain point, right? Oh, watch out, watch out. Okay, crazy. Clem not respecting the fungal at all. And Shin just pulls the drones away and says, oh, 10 free Marines and I'll blast your medevac with the Spore Crawler as well. Yeah, I'll take that. Dude, look at these trades. He's killed 36 Marines. So this is the thing. The Terran is meant to, once they see that you've got fungal, they're meant to actually respect it and play a lot more careful with their army. But because Clem is such a D-bag who just loves being aggressive. Did we just contaminate? Sorry, let me check that. He just contaminated +2 weapons as well. Oh, this is massive. Dude, that's so huge. That is the single Overseer. This is the power of teching on 2 base, guys. That Overseer has delayed tank production. Now it's delayed the +2 upgrade and given complete scouting. We've got map control with Roach Ravager Zergling. Ultra's coming out with Chitinous Plating and 1-2 melee upgrades. Clemmer has not been respecting the Infestors, so he keeps throwing his army away. Normally, Terran has to be a bit safer with their army, and you can afford to be a bit greedier once you show the first Infestors than you normally would. Clem is such a mad lad. He's actually shoving, but we're just going to send everything across the map on the right side. Chitinous Plating isn't ready, so Shin doesn't want to fight into this. He's going to try to buy a little bit of time, doesn't want to give up the 4th for free. The Lings are massacring on the other side. Not only that, he's got Roaches actually going to the 4th as well. Oh, the Ultras aren't. Okay, Chitinous Plating kicks in. A lot of Ultras are going down, but we do Corrosive Bile. 2 Siege tanks there. At the same time, the Lings got cleaned up on the other side. He hasn't really looked at the Roaches and the Infestors. Oh no, his Infestors going forward with his army, but the scan ran out. The high ground vision is gone. All the tanks are gone. which means if Shin can defend this 4th base and be 4 base against what is effectively 2 bases of mining, he didn't kill any command centers, but even without killing the command centers, this is a massive win for Shin. But Clem being a cheeky D-bag, he's going to go into the main base. And if you have an Infestor here and you catch these Marines, this is lights out for Clem, but he's still only got 2 Infestors from the early game to Shin. He hasn't lost a single one. He's going to try to dive on top right now. The Lings and the Ultra going to get on top, and of course, Clem has to respect that Ultra. He does pick up that single Spore Crawler, really well placed, is stopping him from doing the high ground, low ground drop that is so annoying to deal with. And here we go. He's going to jump on it again. Fungal, 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 fungal. Oh, pretty good fungal. Traps about 8 of the Marines, 1 Marauder as well. There's Liberator coming from the left side. Clem's answer to this is just to keep trying to headbutt. But Infestor Roach Ravager is so good at stopping a headbutt. Ultras as well, an amazing unit before mass libs up, before lots of ghosts are up, right? Until much later in the game, Ultras are fantastic. Normally as the Zerg, you'd want to hit an Ultra timing off this build, but Clem is delivering the army on a platter to Shin. Shin does lose his 4th though. He still wants to hit that Ultra timing while his Ultras are strong. He's only got 4 on the map right now. Oh, if he landed a fungal on that ramp, that would have been big. Clem with a misclick moves his Marine Marauder into the Ultras though. Shin gets a big engage. And this is so decisive, because like I said, you know, Mass Marauder Lib, Ghosts, those units will deal with these Ultras pretty well. But if you don't waste time screwing around on Banelings, hanging out in the mid-game for 5 minutes, wasting all your gas, you can get to Ultras so early. You have this big window where Ultras are actually the dominant unit. But right now, he did kill a lot of units, got a tank that was popping out. He's got to get this Roach Ravager out of there. That 4th Planetary is now up. Ultras once again finding Marine Marauder just headbutting in. And you know what? Shin's going to lure him into the corner. Shin realizes, wait a second, if you're going to chase me all the way to the corner, dude, I've got Ultra Ling on the map. He's going to split some units into the natural, just 1 Ling, 1 Roach. This Roach Ravager Ling is going to all get hunted down, but he's going to make Clem get punished. He's going to punish Clem for his hubris. The fact that Clem thought he could move out right now and chase that Roach Ravager down when there is mass Ultra Ling Infestor on the map, massive greed, and Shin punishes it, puts him back to 3 command centers, puts him back to 2 bases of mining. Yeah, it's just 3 orbitals we can see there. And look at this. Oh, you want to punish me by diving in and just use your get out of jail free card, the medevac? Eat my fungal dickhead. Oh my god. And don't get me wrong, guys, I'm a big Clem fan. I would consider myself very friendly with Clem. I'm a big fan of him. I really love Clem as a person. I think he's a very nice guy. But the way he plays StarCraft cannot be described as any way except being a dickhead, right? He's constantly just dropping your base, pick up, drop over here, pick up, drop over there, click in, focus 8 Zerglings down in the Baneling, and then run away. But the Infestor punishes this so hard because you can stop the units getting picked up. What's so cool about the Infestor, guys, is its splash damage, so it kind of replaces the Baneling like that. It also holds units in position so they can't micro, which is even bigger, both allowing your other units to be way more effective than they normally are, but also stops them from picking up. So it kind of fills the gap. You know how Zerg struggles because we don't have any anti-air? It fills that gap. It fills the gap that is otherwise missing in this composition and just in Zerg in general. Until you add Aspire in the late game and add some Corruptors, which Corruptor Baneling is the late game transition off this, but Shin's 4th kept dying, so he doesn't have the money. Yeah, Corruptor Ling Bane added onto the Ultra Infestor is like the best army for like big roaming the map, smashing into bases. Big mobile games like this where you're fighting for map control, it's basically the god comp. Clem going for another desperate push. He's only on 3 bases, but he eats another couple of giant fungals. Clem just showing absolutely no chill in this game. And dude, look at that. Units lost time. Let's go to everyone's vision here. Units lost time is absolutely insane. 125 Marines. How often do you see more dead Terran than Zerg? Only 200 Zerglings, 21 Roaches, 10 Ultras, 5 Ravagers, 2 Infestors. Dude, the Infestor value is absolutely insane. And this is cool, guys, because I've been team, hey guys, build more Infestors, Zergs, mix Infestors in. The fact that these top Terrans are so consistently just picking away at Zerg players, and people aren't building Infestors until the very late game. For me, it's been one of the biggest missing things for such a long time. Like, I've actually been really annoyed by this because there are so many games where I'm like, dude, you're going Ultras, and they're like, build 2 Vipers. And I'm just like, are you like, the Infestor is so good, especially against a guy like Clem or Beyond. Maybe against a guy like Maru, who's actually turtling behind his command center as much. The Viper might be more reliable. Don't get me wrong. Vipers are still great. But I just love that Shin here realized, look, if I play a straight up game, it's not going to be good. What he's essentially done is an Ultralisk rush and subbed out the very wasteful, expensive Banelings with the super efficient Infestors. And even though Clem didn't even respect it, I thought he would try to scare Clem with the first few fungals, get Clem to be a bit more conservative and then tech up. Clem kept charging in. But because Shin was always good at splitting his army, he caught so many units. Oh, that's a corrosive bile, by the way. And he absolutely melted Clem's face off in this game one. I hope you guys enjoyed this game. If you guys like this, let me know if you want to see. There was an amazing game in this series later in the series. This was game 1 of a best of 5. There was a crazy game 3, I think it was, on Maganatha, which was just an absolute barn burner. I did cast it live, but I would love to look back on it. It's been about a week and a half, 2 weeks. It was a ridiculously insane game. So if you guys want to see that, let me know in the comment section, and I'll cast that for tomorrow or the day after, and I'll chuck that up as well. I really want to put out a video every day, every single day for the next couple of weeks and get the channel back being regular. Anyway, that's enough blabbering. Thank you very much. Please let me know feedback in the comments, especially if you want to see those games. We'll catch you guys next time. Goodbye and good night.